Hello and welcome to this tutorial on the Grand Masters bundle by Waves. This bundle is a powerhouse of processes that gives you many choices in mastering, whether you're doing broad brushstroke sweetening or surgical sculpting of problem tones or even rebalancing certain components in a mix. The bundle consists of 13 processes and there is some overlap between some of them. We'll cover that in turn, as well as look at various techniques to exploit the power of these processes. This might be surprising to some of you, but Waves actually released the first third-party audio plugin as we know it, the Q10, in late 1992 for DigiDesign's Sound Designer 2 software. And here it is here. It pretty much is the same as it was that many years ago. Its interface has been refreshed and its output resolution has been increased, but it's pretty much the same software. It was almost as huge a breakthrough as Waves' next product a few months later, the L1 Ultra Maximizer. I don't want to overstate this too much, but really this processor went on to become the industry leader for years for its ability to provide unheard of at the time limiting quality, insurance for preventing digital overs, and a full-featured dithering section to massage every bit of 16-bit resolution out of the file prior to it hitting a CD. Suddenly small-time guys like me at the time could actually master, in inverted commas, 2-track mixes. Now, okay, of course there's much more to real mastering than this, some of which we'll be going into in this tutorial, but even back then with judicious use, Waves had provided the tools for solving a problem that was previously a much more expensive one. Personally, I've been a Waves user and fan from those days, right through to today. Most of you would know that Waves are, without doubt, the largest third-party plugin manufacturer in the world, in fact the largest plugin manufacturer in the world, with well over 100 individual plugins and over 30 bundles in their toolkit. Now, I know we're here to talk about the Grand Masters bundle, but I'm just setting the scene here that Waves have lineage in this area, going all the way back to the beginning of time in plugin terms. Now, one common element across all Waves plugs is the Wave System Toolbar, and that's this area here on a plugin, across this line here, next to the Waves logo. Even stretching right back to the earliest Waves plugins, such as this L1 here, this toolbar is there, and it's only slightly different in the more modern designs. Now here's a more modern design, a plugin that does feature in the Grand Masters bundle, and while it looks slightly different, the functions are virtually the same. The only thing that's really different in the more modern plugins is that they have multiple undos, and we'll go over this now. So from left to right are the undo redo buttons. Keep in mind this is totally independent to the undo and redo that you find in your workstation software. So in this case, it's functioning independently just for the plugin itself. So I could take this first knob here to turn that up, take the next one, turn it up, take the next one, turn it up. I can undo and just the first one changes. Now this second one will change. Now the third one will reset. And I can redo and redo them again. Now there's actually 32 layers of undo and redo in these more modern Waves plugins, which is great if you've gone down quite a long path and want to get back to where you started from. This central section here says Setup A because Waves actually gives you 2 options of setup per plugin. So as an example, let's reset this. And let's say we're working away here, we turn this one up a little bit, we turn that one to there, and we'll put a little bit of attenuation there. Now that's Setup A. Let's switch to Setup B. Now when I click here, everything should reset again. And it does. And in this case, let's push that one a bit further, this one not at all, and that one a bit further. And now we can toggle in real time as we're playing between those 2 setups. So there's A, B, and every single Waves plugin has this functionality. So that makes things easy. This button here says B to A, and that will copy the setup of B onto A. So we can see here B is the one that's got this boost right up around 7, and A hasn't. This will copy A to B. So if I go back to B, this boost is around 7. I'll hit this one. And now when I go back to A, it's gone up around 7. Next up we have the load and save, and these are for loading the factory presets, and here are the ones here for this EQ, and also for loading your own presets and saving your own presets. And the reason it's here as opposed to using the load and save mechanism that's in the door, in this case Pro Tools, is so the Waves presets will actually be common across all platforms. So you can go from a Pro Tools session to a Logic session to a Cubase session, your presets will be common across all those. Next to that we have the question mark, which should bring up the PDF that applies to this plugin. So if I hit there, straight away up it comes, which is great. And last of all is just the Wave splash screen, which shows the general splash screen for the product and the version number that you're using. So that's the commonality of all Waves plugins. Now there are some other features that we're going to talk about that are common among this bundle, such as the dithering in the L series processors, and we'll get to that in due course. But one last thing before we get to the fun part of this, and that is the plugins themselves, is the usual disclaimer that no matter how cool and powerful these tools are, and believe me, they are, it's all hanging off the quality of what you're hearing. And this is all about your room, your monitors, and of course your ears and perception. Now, we're not going to talk at all about any of these things after this, but you've got to begin with the best platform you can manage and then apply all these magic tricks that we're going to show you after that. Anyway, look, having said that, let's get into it. I'll see you in the next movie.